Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today, I'm losing a bit of my voice because I had to have it out with support today, and we all know how that's gonna go. Because simply put, support doesn't actually support you, and they were trying to throw me under the bus for their obvious mistake. So with that said, we are talking about everything that has taken place here, how it actually is for Uber drivers these days, and everything in between. So with that said, let's talk about what actually went down. I made a video yesterday talking about the exact situation that support line is referring to. If you haven't seen that video already, I'll leave it in the description. Feel free to check it out. But the very next day, I received a notification from the support side saying that there's possible fraud detected. How can there be possible fraud detected? We noticed that the alcohol on your recent trip was not able to be delivered, but you did not return the alcohol to the merchant. I'm not even going to read the rest of this. It's going to be on screen if you want to see it. But how exactly can you claim that the items were not returned back to the store if your support agent was on the phone with me from the point in which we had to talk about where each item had to go, the non-alcoholic item and the alcoholic items, based on what the customer was asking me, because they had to ask whether or not they can keep the non-alcoholic items instead of just both not the alcoholic items and the alcohol items. Again, you could see that other video for reference. They got back the alcoholic items with you on the phone, and you're still going to claim that there's possible fraud detected? Are you just trying to look for ways to wrongfully deactivate me? Is that what's going on here? Why exactly are you trying to scam me in that way, Uber? Are you trying to prepare me to potentially be wrongfully deactivated in the very near future? I'll tell you what, I definitely feel quiet fired on Uber. The notifications don't come in loudly at all. I have to be really listening for the notification because you won't send me the notification on your own. You won't send me the bling, 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 bling. That's not happening. Second, we're blaming me for when your screw-ups happen. My order flow is much smaller than usual, and not to mention with all of this, I'm getting scammed by support agents, and I have to fight for my tips that you apparently are stealing from me? What's going on here? Anyway, I had to go through several support agents in order to do this. What I was planning on doing before I started recording was actually record the conversations and actually play them for you here, but it turns out they took an hour and 20 minutes just for somebody to put a supervisor on the phone and do their job. They had to put me through such a runaround that I was stressed for over 80 minutes and almost lost my voice in the process. So I'm gonna give you the quick Cliff Notes version. Uber Support 1 claimed that they were looking for a supervisor and claimed that they weren't available. Same with Uber Support number 2, but Uber Support 1 was at least pretending like they were. Both of them also claimed that they were just gonna say the same thing as what a supervisor would say. That is just a way for people to not get a supervisor over there. Either way, Uber Support 3 also documented a lot and finally put a supervisor on the phone. The supervisor explained to me that it was just a notification that there's no hindrance to my account, just like 1 and 2 did, except for them, because in a supervisor, I asked them to email me specifically about what actually took place and that I wasn't actually at fault. She tried to pull a shady move on me, specifically saying that, "Hi, this is Jovi, one of our support supervisors," and basically repeat what the notification was saying. But that didn't solve what I wanted. That wasn't saying that, hey, you acknowledge that I was not in the wrong here. I honestly think that they were trying to set up a way for me to be wrongfully deactivated, because I had to specifically request them to say specifically that the item was returned back to the restaurant and my account is not at risk for deactivation. And I wanted that as clear as day, because that wasn't even what the original notification said. The original notification said that I would be blocked from alcohol deliveries. Not that I was going to be deactivated. Honestly, I think they're getting ready for a mass deactivation very soon. Honestly, I had enough of all the games and all the nonsense. Like, I barely even do Uber anymore. Like, I mainly do Spark, catering delivery. Uber is a good account for me. It's just not as active as the catering account is at this point. I didn't want to get deactivated because I don't want to lose access to an income source. Either way, this is another important point of proof of exactly that. You don't allow people fraudulently make claims like that. You gotta be on your stuff to protect your account because no one's gonna protect your account like you are. That means you gotta hop on support and make sure that they are acknowledging that you're not in the wrong, that the item was returned back to the restaurant, even though their grammar was absolute garbage. You're protecting yourself financially by diversifying your gig portfolio and developing an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not the goal. You don't want to be dependent on people like this long-term if these are the games that they're going to play. You need to be as protected as possible from scum like this because no one's going to protect you the way you are. Even though at this point, I think we all had enough of Uber and Doordash and their shenanigans. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.